We're going back to Skull Island, this time in the 1990s, for this animated Netflix series. Let's talk about Skull Island. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the Netflix series Skull Island. This is part of the Warner Brothers and Legendary Monsterverse. So it is officially like canon with Kong Skull Island. It is a direct sequel to that. That took place in, I guess, the 70s, right? And then all the Godzilla movies that they have produced, and there's another one coming out. There's also a new show. I'm going to catch this one in the next week or two on Apple TV called Monarch, and that is another MonsterVerse series. I think Kurt Russell and his son Wyatt Russell are the stars of that. So I'm gonna check that out as well before I do my 2023 TV wrap up. But right now, we're talking about the Netflix animated series Skull Island. Before we do, let me welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. We do movie and TV reviews here on the channel, and just about every day I try to post something new. So always a lot to check out, always a lot of videos going up. Please consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, or comment below. All right, so this is featuring the voice work of Nicholas Cantu, Mae Whitman, Benjamin Bratt, Betty Gilpin, some names and voices you may know. Nicholas Cantu, I had to look up. I knew the name from something. He was the voice of Leonardo in the most recent Ninja Turtles movie. But actually, he's done a lot of animated work for Disney Channel and some other places. But maybe best known as one of the voices of Gumball. Gumball was on for, I don't know if it's still on, but it was on for a long time anyway, and there's been various voices, so I'm not sure like what era of Gumball he was, but that's maybe where you might know him from. But he does kind of the same voice for everything. So right away I was like, okay, where do I know this exact voice from? And it was from the Turtles movie. But anyway, he plays Charlie. You've got Mae Whitman as Annie, who is a gal that they discover him and his family. He plays the character of Charlie? Yeah. So him and his parents, get shipwrecked, and they find themselves on Skull Island. They meet Annie, and she explains to them, sort of some things that are going on, but she really doesn't know a whole lot of things. Like, she was kind of raised, I guess, sort of on her own or whatever. She doesn't know what an interview is. He mentions that, and she's like, I don't get that. So there's things, along the way that she does not understand, just based on, how she was raised or whatever. But essentially, or eventually, I should say, we see Kong and some of the other creatures, but it's real eventual. Which is, I would say, the biggest downfall of this show. I think people are coming to Skull Island to look at, big encounters with, some of these creatures, and especially King Kong himself. And this is an issue that I talked about with the recent Godzilla movie, Godzilla Minus One, because that particular movie did not have this issue, and that is a sort of a different thing. It's not part of this MonsterVerse of Warner Brothers, but the main objectives, I think, with these King Kong and these Godzilla movies, whether they're together or separate or whatever it is you need a balance between good characters that we care about, character development, and these, big action scenes. And this is all about character development. Now, I didn't watch, I think there's 8 episodes. I didn't watch all of them. I watched the first 3, but thus far there's almost none. And you need that balance. Now, I will say the show is funny. It's definitely trying to, go in that direction of, okay, let's make this a little more humorous. Yeah, there was some humor in the movie Kong Skull Island, certainly with the John C. Reilly character and just some of the things going on. So this kind of continues that, but takes it a little bit higher. And there's, some love interest perhaps between the two leads there. And I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine with all of that. But you also have to kind of give us some of that action, some of these memorable characters, and specifically King Kong. He's barely in this thing. And 3 episodes in, that's probably not great. Maybe the last 3 episodes are all about King Kong and it's nothing but action. But again, that would kind of be a disservice to than the characters. You gotta balance that out. And give us a little bit of both. Now, the animation is fine. The voice acting is fine. There's nothing really negative about either of those things. Mae Whitman, also, by the way, no stranger to voice work. Now, you may know her physically from Arrested Development. She played Anne, or Good Girls, which was recently on NBC for a few years. She's done some movie work, Perks of Being a Wallflower, but she was part of the original Airbender, or what was it called? Avatar: The Last Airbender. She was part of that series as well. So she's definitely done some voice work as well, and she's fine here. She's got that usual snark. She's basically playing the exact same character she played in Perks of Being a Wallflower. She's got a little bit of a chip on her shoulder, giving everybody some Mae Whitman attitude. All right, the voice acting's fine. Maybe we could have mixed it up a little bit and given us something a little bit more original for these voice actors to do, but it's fine. But it is funny, and the characters are interesting. There's just not nearly enough of the creatures that we come to Skull Island to see. So for that, I have to grade it a little more in the middle. So I will leave Skull Island on Netflix with a B minus. And you can check out the, 8 episodes? Yes. They are all available right now. I have no word on whether or not this is going to get a season 2 or not, so look out for that. But all right, thanks for watching Dan Reviews It. We'll see you next time.